Easter Jeep Safari is right around the corner. It's coming up April 9th through April 17th. And, you know, if you're anything like me, you probably haven't registered yet. And I know in years past I've procrastinated a little bit. So this is my guide to Easter Jeep Safari for the procrastinator like myself. First thing we're going to do is come over to Red Rock Four Wheelers website. Now they are the off-road group that puts on the Easter Jeep Safari, and they obviously do a great job of it. So shout out to them for this event that they put on, and all the effort that they put into keeping these trails open so that we can enjoy them. Okay, so if we look over here at Red Rock Four Wheelers website, that's rr4w.com, and I'm on their homepage right now. I am signed in, so we can see what it looks like when you try to register, but we're just going to scroll right down here a little ways and you can see the registration. So let's click on that. It's going to bring us up to all of the trails listed on the left hand side. It looks like they're in alphabetical order. Then you've got their rating system. It's 1 through 10, and Pritchett Canyon here being the hardest trail that they do. Each of these different ratings have different requirements, whether that's lockers or the size of tires. You'll have to dig a little bit deeper into that. But what you'll notice up here, the dates that they've got going. Some of these packages, it looks like the packages are all full. So if you're a procrastinator, you're out of luck. Quick glance here, 3D, full. All of these trails. This is what happens when you procrastinate, right? So looks like Cliffhanger's got one spot available at the time of recording for Monday the 11th, and 8 spots available on Saturday the 16th. Now Saturday looks like it has the most most spots available throughout. That just seems to be the trend here. But as you scroll down, you can see which places haven't filled up yet. I highly recommend that you register for one of these trails and go with the group. Now, what if the trails that you want to do are full, or it doesn't coincide with the days that you'll be there? If we come over here down into events, drop down the tab and open up the Jeep Safari magazine, we can get a digital copy of that, and in here we will find a layout. It shows us what trails they're using which day. It's a little bit easier to see than the other spot we were just looking. So as you can see here, let's make this looks like a full page here. The gray days, the trails are not being used. So if I'm unable to register for the trail that I would like to do with the group, I'll come and reference which day I will be there, look down the list and find the trail where it is grayed out, meaning Red Rock Four Wheelers is not using the trail that day and it is open to the public. Now, some of them you'll see in this blue are exclusive use. They are closed to the public while in use by Red Rock Four Wheelers for the days indicated. So keep an eye on that. One-way use, be sure to read through this, but in the past, this little trail reference has helped me plan which trails I can use when the safari isn't going to be there. Now, the trails are still going to be busy. There's going to be a lot of people, and that is one of the fun parts of the Jeep Safari. You come across people from all over the country or even all over the world. Some people are there for the national parks and they don't know what's going on. You might get asked, why are there so many Jeeps here? But I think it's a joy just to see everyone else's creations and their Jeeps and what they found works for them and their style of rock crawling or overlanding. So that covers the trails. Now, we're going to see here in a moment a couple solutions, because, once again, if you've procrastinated, then you're probably not going to get a campsite. They're all taken up. You're probably not going to find an RV site in Moab or a place to pull in your trailer, and definitely the hotels are all booked out. So I'm going to hop on over to Gaia GPS and come over here to Moab. There we go. There's Moab right here in the middle. Now, here's my quick recommendations for places to camp for the procrastinator. Now, anything close to town is going to be packed. There's a lot of people that come in for the Jeep Safari. So my first recommendation for a quick place to find a tent campsite is you start in Moab, follow Highway 191 south out of town, and then just as you're making this turn, right near where Behind the Rocks trail starts, you can take this little dirt road, and any of this yellow area is BLM land. So if you can find a spot in here, that's great. I've seen plenty of people camping up close to Picture Frame Arch, and it looks like Balcony Arch is also right here. You can see little tents as they pop up for recommendations of campsites. Now I imagine that these spots will be taken, but there is a lot of other open or neat areas to explore right down here, and you're almost guaranteed to find a place that you can quickly pitch a tent and at least have a place to stay. It's not so far out of town that it's a burden, but it takes a minute to get there. Now, my next recommendation for tent camping is we're going to come up north out of Moab on Highway 191 and take this little turnoff right here. It's going to be the turnoff to Bartlett Wash, and there's a little dirt road. You'll recognize the railroad tracks just right off the side of the road here, and if you follow the signs back towards Bartlett's Wash or towards the Pickle, if you're familiar with the Pickle Trail, up through here there are plenty of other areas to pitch tent and set up camp. So that would be my recommendation north of Moab. Now, if you're bringing a trailer or a fifth wheel or an RV, anything in the city of Moab itself will be booked. You're not going to find a spot. And it might be, well, let's put it this way. When I take my fifth wheel, I like to have hookups. We do all sorts of tent camping as a family, but if I'm going to take the fifth wheel, I like to have hookups. And so a solution that I've had in the past is just north of Moab, all the way up Highway 191 until we get to I-70. And then on I-70, you're going to head east a little bit to a little town called Thompson Springs. At Thompson Springs, there is just a great little RV park called Ballard RV Park. I'm guessing you can make some reservations there. I can't guarantee it. I haven't checked, but I'd be willing to bet that you could still reserve a campsite at Ballard RV Park. Great people, highly recommended. If you want to travel further out of town, you can follow the road north up into Sago Canyon, and there's a few spots that you could find BLM land and camp up there. That's a little bit out of the ways though. Now, if you are looking for a hotel, your best bet is to, once again, out of Moab, follow Highway 191 north back to I-70, and from there go west back to Green River. And at Green River, you can probably find a few hotels that still have some rooms available. In the past, I found they're not the greatest, but if this is your way of doing Easter Jeep Safari, it's something I've had to resort to in the past because of my procrastination. And on the positive side, at least the hotels were fairly inexpensive, because in my experience they're not in the greatest shape. But Green River is going to be the place to go if you're looking for a hotel. Now, while you're at the Jeep Safari, be sure to stop by the vendor show, as I always get a kick out of seeing the new products. Sometimes you'll have even people advertising a new trail system, for example, and a bunch of swag. People are handing out stickers, and you may even get hats or shirts. Definitely the kids like to go and grab all the swag they can get. Also, want to throw out a quick reminder that there are a lot of other options in Moab besides the trails that are offered by the Red Rock Four-Wheeler Club, although what they do is phenomenal, and those are the most well-known trails. For people looking for something a little bit more overland, for a little bit something a little more mild, there are other options like Long Canyon and things. Check out the other videos I've made in the past, the Moab playlist, and you can see some of those trails that we've explored. Once again, highly recommend Easter Jeep Safari. Go and check it out. And if this has been a help for you, if we've explored some ideas that you hadn't considered, please smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, get out and enjoy the land of the free.